Hey everybody, Ian Lobas here, Keller Williams Realty. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the topic of home inspections. Basically, how long do they take? What does a professional home inspection consist of? How much do they cost? What's included and excluded? Who performs it? Who books it? And then we're also going to talk about a seller pre-inspection. All right, back to the topic. What is a home inspection? A home inspection is a visual inspection of all the house's components. The structural, electrical, plumbing, roof, heating, cooling, and any other issues or moving parts that are associated with the house. Now remember, the home inspector is going to be accessing anything that is accessible, which means not cutting through walls, he's not taking wood floors up. Anything that he can see and visually inspect, that's what he's going to be checking into. Home inspections usually take between, 2 and 4 hours, depending on how big a house is. So it could be, a small townhouse might take about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then a larger single family home, 4,000 or 5,000 square feet, could take 4, 5, 6 hours, something like that. And then if you're doing extra tests like well and septic, pool, radon, those things may take a little bit extra time as well. How much does a home inspection usually cost? Well, those costs vary, again, depending on the size of your home. The longer the inspector's there, the more time they have to put in, obviously the more expensive it's going to be. And then if you have to add all the additional inspections in, like well, septic, pool, radon, those are going to be additional charges as well. Most of the time, the inspection company that you hire will charge you for the structural and mechanical inspection of the property. And then on top of that, you'll hire other professionals such as a well inspection, pool inspection, septic. And then most of the time, the original inspector that you booked, if you're the buyer, they'll do the radon inspection for you too. So typically, you can on average maybe like between $250 and $500 depending on the size of the house, and the additional inspections that you get could add more on top of that. Who picks the home inspector? Well, that is completely up to the buyer. Just like the buyer has the right to choose the mortgage and title company, they pick the home inspector. So they're going to choose the structural and mechanical inspector that's going to do the roof, the HVAC, the plumbing, the electrical, all the structural stuff of the house, and then they're going to do the radon test as well. If you have an additional well, septic, pool, or any other inspections you'd like to do, then the buyer also is in charge of hiring those additional people, which come with additional cost. What's included and excluded in the home inspection? Well, anything that's accessible by the inspector, and we already went over that. The inspector's also going to check around the perimeter and make sure the grading is okay. They're going to check exterior siding, roof, gutters, handrails, the bricks, make sure none of the mortar is cracked. They're going to check everything that they possibly can see around, in and around the property and the property grounds as well. Here's something that people ask me a lot. Can my house fail an inspection? Then the answer is absolutely not. You can never fail an inspection. Your house could have a list of 300 items. It doesn't mean that it failed. It just means that you might have to address a few more things. So while we're talking about that, let's get into a seller pre-inspection. They're not as common. However, they're recommended if you have a house that's a little bit older, that a couple things may be out of sorts and maybe broken, maybe damaged, maybe you have an older electrical box or an older plumbing system. It's a good idea to get a seller pre-inspection, because then you know up front what issues you're about to face in a buyer's home inspection. And before you actually list the house for sale, you can go ahead and fix most of those items right off the bat. So the buyer actually has less ammo, the home inspector has less that they can put on the report. And then you can also give the buyer and the home inspector a list of receipts and all the things that you did, and it'll actually bode very well with the buyer. How can you prepare for a home inspection? Buyers, there's really nothing you can do. The house is the house. You like it enough to actually write an offer and get it accepted. Now just sit back and let the home inspector do their job. Sellers, what can you do to prepare for a home inspection? There's a number of things. So you actually want to clear everything out of the way that could block an inspector's access to electrical panels, heating and cooling, water heater, any outbuildings, under sink areas, the kitchen sinks, toilets, range ovens, dishwashers, interior areas that are blocked by toys or furniture or plants. We want to be able to have access to all the electrical outlets, baseboards, ceilings, everything that you can do to move things away from the walls without doing anything in excess. I would do that to prepare for the inspection. What about after the inspection? Well, if you're a seller, just sit back and relax. There's nothing you can do until you actually get the response from the buyer and their agent on the items that they'd like you to fix, or for the inspection that they just did on the house. Sometimes it takes a few days after they do the inspection to actually get radon or water test results back. So again, sit back and relax. The buyer's going to provide you with a list of items that they want to fix. And then it's at that point that the agents will talk to you, whether you're the seller or you're a buyer. Your agent will talk to you, figure out what it is the buyer wants, what it is that you're willing to do, and you'll come to a nice win-win situation. So I know we discussed a lot of stuff today. If there's anything else you want to know about the home inspection process, either from the buyer or the seller's perspective, feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email, or private message me anytime. I'd be happy to go over with you. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you found this video valuable, please feel free to share it, pass it on to your family and friends. If there's anything that you want to know more about, or if you want me to cover this topic in more detail, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it and send it out for everybody to see. Once again, thank you so much for watching.